You know, we hear so much about AI changing the world, but how does a company like Google actually use it? Not in the flashy demos, but in their day-to-day work. Well, today we're going behind the scenes to look at their internal playbook and see how AI is quietly rewiring the very fabric of how they operate. Okay, so let's get right into it. The big question is, what's really going on beyond all the product announcements and the hype? How is AI being used not just to build new stuff, but to make the entire company run smarter, faster, and better? The answer, as you're about to see, is way more practical and honestly more powerful than you might think. And it really all comes down to this one core idea they call the multiplier effect. Now, this isn't about some single magical AI tool that replaces people. Nope. It's about weaving AI directly into the work people are already doing. It acts as a force multiplier, making existing workflows more powerful. Think of it like an assistant, a partner, and a performance booster all rolled into one. So, where do you see the biggest, most immediate impact of this? Well, let's start where all the code gets written, inside Google's engine room with their software engineering teams. This is where that multiplier effect becomes incredibly real.
30%. Just let that sink in for a second. Right now, nearly a third of all new code at Google is generated with help from AI. I mean, think about that. The code that powers some of the biggest products on Earth gets a huge head start from an AI before a human engineer even comes in to refine it. That is a fundamental shift in how software gets made.
And here's the result of that. It's not just about writing code faster, it's about making the entire process more efficient. We're talking automated testing, smarter code reviews, the whole shebang. And it's led to a 10% increase in what they call engineering velocity. Now, at the scale Google operates at, a 10% bump isn't just a small win. It's like adding weeks of extra brain power to your teams every single quarter. It's monumental. And check this out. This is a perfect example of smart efficiency. So the AI helps sort through bug reports, and it automatically identifies and just handles about 12% of all the duplicate bugs that come in. Now, that might not sound super glamorous, but trust me, it's huge. It cuts out so much noise and frees up these brilliant engineers to focus on solving new, critical problems instead of getting buried in administrative busy work. But look, this isn't just a story for the coders and engineers. Not at all. Let's pull back and see how this multiplier effect is sending ripples across the entire company, from the creative marketing teams all the way to the front lines of sales and even daily operations. I absolutely love this quote because it just nails the new dynamic. For Google's marketing and creative folks, AI models like Gemini are basically becoming brainstorming partners. It's like, hey, I need some headline ideas, or give me some visual concepts. The AI delivers that initial spark, acting like a super fast in-house creative agency that just supercharges the human team, letting them explore way more ideas way faster. And here's the proof of that partnership. It's pretty staggering. 80%. For massive events like Google I/O, AI actually helped generate 80% of the videos used in the big presentations. And again, this isn't about AI replacing designers. This is about co-creation at a scale that was never possible before, letting teams produce an incredible amount of high-quality stuff. Okay, now let's jump over to the sales department. The impact there is just as dramatic. They have an internal AI tool that has led to a 78% increase in completed RFPs. You know, those big, detailed proposals. That is a game changer. It means the sales team can chase down way more opportunities without getting burned out, and that hits the bottom line directly. And the impact is just everywhere. You see a 14% improvement in converting sales leads just by filtering them better. In a single month, people used AI-powered summaries in Google Meet over 50 million times. Think of the hours saved. And over in HR, AI is taking thousands of employees' survey comments and boiling them down into themes people can actually act on. It's just woven into everything. Now, this might be the most surprising number of all. In Google's own cafes, they're using AI to analyze what food people are eating to make their ordering more efficient. And the result? A 39% reduction in food waste. It just goes to show you, this multiplier effect isn't just about code and sales figures. It can have a real impact on big things like sustainability, too. Okay, so we've seen all these amazing examples. Let's zoom out. What's the big strategic lesson here? What does this all mean for any leader who's trying to figure out how to navigate this new age of AI? And here it is. This is the big aha moment. You have to stop thinking of AI as just another tool that you buy off a shelf. At Google, they're treating it like a distributed layer. For engineers, it shows up as a co-developer. For the ops teams, it's a knowledge orchestrator. For sales and HR, it's a domain specialist. It's not a thing you use, it's a layer that's woven into the fabric of the business itself. So for any leader watching, this whole strategy really boils down to 3 key things. First, use AI to drive real, measurable efficiency at scale, whether that's in speed, cost, or even waste. Second, use it to automate all that administrative churn so you can empower your people to focus on strategy and the big picture. And third, you have to build a culture of confidence where everyone sees AI as a powerful partner, not as a replacement. And that all leads to this final, really crucial idea, especially for anyone in a technical or strategic role. You have to start thinking of AI as an architectural principle. Just like a decade ago, cloud and mobile became these foundational layers you had to design your systems around. Well, AI is that next layer. It's something that has to be architected in from the very beginning, not just bolted on as an afterthought. Which, of course, leaves us with one last big question. When you look at how deeply Google is embedding AI into every single thing they do, it's really a challenge to the rest of us. Is your business just playing around with AI tools, or are you actually building an organization that's truly ready for the multiplier effect? Because that question right there is probably what's going to separate the winners from everyone else in the next decade.